Libra is not what it seems. At first glance, Libra is magnetic, almost impossibly so, as if the universe itself had decided to weave elegance into a living form. There is something cinematic about their presence, a quiet radiance that changes the texture of the air when they walk into a room. The conversations soften, the atmosphere shifts, and it feels as though everyone becomes more aware of themselves in comparison. People are drawn in without knowing why, enchanted by something beyond mere charm. It is an aura, a gravitational pull, a subtle enchantment. But what hides beneath this allure is far more complex than the eye can see. Because Libra is not just balance, not just beauty, not just diplomacy. Libra is a labyrinth, a paradox disguised as grace. And to understand Libra, you must willingly enter that labyrinth, knowing that you may never fully find your way out. The truth is that Libra's elegance is never effortless, even though it seems that way. Behind every smile, every carefully placed word, every moment of quiet charm, there is awareness, almost hyper-awareness, of the environment. Libra is constantly adjusting, tuning themselves like an instrument to the energy of the room, to the moods of others, to the delicate balance of what must never break. For them, life is not simply lived, it is performed. They are actors on a stage that never ends, their every movement meant to sustain the illusion of harmony. And here lies the first enigma. What happens when the mask of perfection becomes a prison that cannot be removed? Libra's first truth is their obsession with harmony. To outsiders, it looks noble. Who wouldn't admire the one who avoids conflict, who soothes tempers, who seeks fairness and peace? But for Libra, this is not merely virtue, it is compulsion. Conflict unsettles them to their very core. It is not just that they dislike fighting, it is that disharmony feels like poison to their spirit. They will go to great lengths to smooth the waters, to calm the storm, to create a world where beauty is unbroken. And yet, in doing so, they often sacrifice themselves. They silence their own truth, they repress their own anger. They become shadows in service of light. Because to Libra, imbalance is terrifying. So terrifying that they would rather lose a piece of themselves than endure the chaos of discord. And so, many Libras live in two lives at once. On the surface, they are grace incarnate, the friend who listens without judgment, the partner who soothes with tenderness, the colleague who ensures fairness in every decision. But beneath the surface, there is another life, hidden from all. It is a life filled with unspoken frustrations, with truth swallowed whole, with desires that remain unexpressed because they might disturb the fragile symmetry Libra works so hard to maintain. Here lies the paradox. In seeking harmony with the world, Libra often creates disharmony within themselves. But Libra is not merely a victim of this paradox. There is power in their awareness, in their ability to see all sides, in their capacity to hold contradictions without being destroyed by them. Few signs have the vision that Libra possess, the ability to perceive the invisible threads connecting people, situations, outcomes. They are like conductors of an unseen orchestra, sensing the way one small action can shift the entire symphony. And yet, this gift is a double-edged sword. For with perception comes indecision. When you can see every side of the truth, how do you choose? When every path holds weight, how do you take a single step? Thus, Libra becomes trapped in their own vision, suspended between choices, a soul forever dancing on the edge of decision. And it is here that the second revelation emerges. Libra's perfection is never free. Their beauty, their grace, their harmony, it all comes at a cost. They spent enormous amounts of energy curating themselves, aligning their lives, keeping the scales balanced. Every gesture is intentional, every response measured. To others, it looks natural, but to Libra, it is work, invisible work. And sometimes that work drains them until they collapse in private, unseen by the world that expects them to always shine. Few realize that the very thing that makes Libra so magnetic is also the thing that exhausts them. There is also a shadow that hides behind Libra's endless pursuit of beauty. For beauty is not simply aesthetic for them, it is survival. They surround themselves with art, elegance, and symmetry because ugliness, in its many forms, unsettles them profoundly. But what happens when beauty becomes an addiction? What happens when Libra cannot tolerate imperfection, not in themselves, not in others, not in life itself? Suddenly, what seemed like grace becomes tyranny. The friend who soothes others becomes the partner who cannot forgive flaws. The peacemaker becomes the one who silently judges, who secretly resents, who cannot rest until the world bends to their ideal. And so, Libra lives in a cage of glass, transparent, beautiful, radiant, but still a cage. From the outside, it looks like perfection, but from within, it feels like imprisonment. The desire to be fair, to be kind, to be harmonious becomes a chain, binding them to a role they can never abandon. Many Libras reach a point where they no longer know who they are without the mask. The question haunts them: am I truly kind, or am I only afraid of rejection? Do I love beauty, or do I fear what lies without it? Do I seek balance, or am I terrified of falling? These questions echo endlessly within the Libra soul, unanswered, unanswerable. Yet, this is what makes Libra so fascinating, so irresistible to those who peer closely. They are not just the diplomats of the Zodiac, not just the lovers of beauty. They are enigmas wrapped in contradictions. They can charm and repel, soothe and disturb, liberate and imprison, often within the span of a single breath. And in this complexity lies their allure. For who can truly resist the mystery of someone who seems to be both angel and shadow, both peace and storm, both perfection and prison? The ultimate revelation about Libra is their secret fire. For beneath the calm, beneath the elegance, beneath the harmony they work so tirelessly to sustain, there is passion, raw, consuming passion. Libras love deeply, though they rarely reveal it outright. Their emotions are not loud, not obvious, but they run deep, like rivers beneath the ground. When Libra gives their heart, it is not halfway. It is with intensity, with devotion, with a desire to merge completely. And yet, this passion often clashes with their need for control, for balance, for order. They fear losing themselves in the storm of love, fear the chaos that passion can unleash. So they restrain it, conceal it, wrap it in beauty until even they forget how strong the fire truly is. But when that fire finally escapes, when Libra allows themselves to love without restraint, it is a force unlike any other, a blaze that can both heal and destroy. And here is where Libra's relationships become both their greatest joy and their deepest torment. For no sign yearns for connection quite like Libra. They crave partnership, not just romance, but true union. A soul that mirrors their own. And yet, this yearning is also their greatest vulnerability. They fear being alone, fear the silence that comes when no one else is there to reflect them. Because Libra defines themselves through others, through interaction, through dialogue. Alone, they feel incomplete, unfinished, as though half of them has gone missing. And so, they seek endlessly for connection, but sometimes settle for illusions, for partners who reflect only fragments of their true self. They become prisoners of love, trapped not by the other, but by their own fear of solitude. This is Libra's eternal paradox, the sign of balance forever caught in extremes. They embody light and shadow, harmony and conflict, beauty and chaos. They are angels who wear masks, prisoners who build their own cages, lovers who both give everything and hold everything back. And yet, within this paradox lies a strange kind of freedom. For those who truly know Libra, understand that the mask is not deception, it is protection. The cage is not punishment, it is survival. The paradox is not flaw, it is their truth. Libra is not perfection. Libra is the struggle towards perfection, the endless dance between what is real and what must appear real. They are the scales, forever tipping, never still, always searching, always learning. And it is this eternal search that makes them so magnetic, so haunting, so unforgettable. Now it is your turn. What do you see in Libra? Do you see the angel or the shadow, the harmony or the storm, the perfection or the prison? Or do you see all at once, as they truly are, an enigma alive, a mystery that can never be solved? Tell us in the comments. Share your truth, your experience, your vision of Libra. And if you felt the fire of this revelation, if you were moved by the mystery, remember to like this video, subscribe for more journeys into the hidden truths of the Zodiac, and join us as we continue to unveil the secrets the stars have written. Because the story of Libra is only one chapter, a book where every sign carries its own enigma, its own shadow, its own light. And together, these stories form the cosmic dance we are